What's up, everybody? Destin Legary here at Gamescom 2019. Matt Purslow is joining me today.
Hi there.
Guess what game we're going to talk about?
I think it might be Cyberpunk 2077.
It is definitely Cyberpunk 2077. You're correct. You won. So what we're going to talk about is what they're showing at Gamescom. Now, what they're showing is a stealth/strength build, go through an infiltration mission. Take us through the setup to all of this, if you remember.
Right, so we're in a place called Pacifica, which is it's a slightly more rundown area of the city. Now, we all know that Night City is fairly rundown, so this is the worst of the worst, it seems to be. And we're infiltrating this area, and basically the demo kind of cuts between two different builds, so we get to see basically from how you go in all guns blazing to how you go in as a netrunner, which is a much more stealthy build. And it was really nice to see the contrast between the two sides that you can play as. I mean, this is just two sides of how you play the game anyway, out of what is presumably a multitude of different types of builds you can do.
Yeah, I mean, we know that you're going to be able to spec your character however you want. If you don't like that, you can give it another shot. Alternatively, net running was really, really powerful, and I was really, really happy to see that because I love playing stealth. What is your main play style? Do you do stealth or guns blazing?
So I tend to be a bit of I'm really into immersive sim, so Dishonored is kind of in my blood now. So I think looking at the way that netrunner works was very much like, oh, this is how I want to play. But also seeing strength builds and how sort of like the different, like going in with the different weaponry that this this setting allows you to use. You know, you've got guns that can literally, like, you can tag people, and you've got homing bullets like the gun from Fifth Element, and like being able to do that is like, oh wait, but can I create a build that allows me to do both? And I'm looking forward to trying all of that out.
Yeah, the strength build, he like rips a turret and takes out the gun, then just mows down the animals, basically, that they're the class that we're fighting in the stealth infiltration mission.
Not actual animals that should be fighting this. So at least so far we've not seen physical beasts in the game, but yeah, it's seeing those animals points out like there's going to be quite clearly lots of different clans in the game and lots of different types of people to fight. So I'm looking forward to having that, almost that fantasy RPG element come into it, but through a cyberpunk lens.
For sure. I have to ask you, Keanu Reeves was a big reveal at E3 2019. What do you think of that character and his implementation? He, of course, plays Johnny Silverhand, and he's like a voice in your ear. Do you like that? Are you enjoying that?
So I think kind of like Johnny Silverhand is such an important element of the tabletop game, and so it's nice that he's in there, and I think it's great that they've chosen Keanu. I'm hoping that he's not too much of an overpowering presence, because the idea of just having effectively Neo from the Matrix just keep turning up could be a distraction from what is a game that doesn't have all of the celebrity sort of elements to it. The way that they're using him as kind of almost like a narrator for you, like perhaps even like a Jiminy Cricket that sits in your head that allows you to sort of like, should you be doing this, should you be doing that? As long as it is kept low-key, I think it will work.
They also revealed that it's coming to Stadia here at Gamescom. Are you going to try out Stadia? Like I'm sure you will for work, but are you going to buy one for personal use?
It's one of these things where like I've been a PC gamer all my life, and I've always been investing money into a PC. And so at the moment I don't feel necessarily the need, but I'm fascinated to see the idea of like, can I just stop buying upgrades for my PC and just have a Stadia package? If Cyberpunk runs as well as it should do on the massive data center that Google have, and there's no latency to my personal devices, then I'm kind of very interested to see what happens there.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Cyberpunk, I want that on my PC. I'm definitely, so like I can upgrade my PC. And NVIDIA also revealed that they're going to be adding ray tracing to the game, so I want to be able to utilize those special effects and just enhance lighting abilities that those cards have. I know this more than anything. Cyberpunk 2077 is a game I am going to know life. It will be the game I play every day, probably for a month. Are you going to do the same?
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is it's coming out at a period where the month before we'll have had like Watch Dogs, we'll have had the Final Fantasy VII Remake. It looks like an amazing period for games, but I can see that Cyberpunk is going to be the one that makes you put everything down. It's like, this is the game for the year, and I'll be surprised if anything turns up that is more impressive next year. But hey, it's an amazing time for games. Maybe that game will turn up, who knows?
Of course, thank you so much, Matt. Time will tell if Cyberpunk ends up being that game for everybody. I think we already know the answer. But for more on all things Cyberpunk 2077, keep it right here at IGN and with us at Gamescom 2019.